Hi, I am Cara. Welcome to my new channel where we discuss all the latest news surrounding XRP and Ripple. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I would really appreciate it, as starting a channel is difficult and hard work to get momentum, subscribers, and even views. I really appreciate the subscribers and viewers so far. All right, interesting 24 hours for XRP. We've got a Supreme Court ruling tomorrow that could impact crypto markets, a massive Clarity Act vote happening Wednesday that could change everything for US crypto regulation, and some important divergence patterns we need to talk about. Let's break it all down. So first, let's talk about what's happening tomorrow, January 14th, 2026. The US Supreme Court is preparing to decide on the legality of global tariffs imposed by the administration. Now you might be thinking, Cara, what does this have to do with XRP? Well, it's all about market sentiment and macro conditions. This ruling could reshape US trade policy and executive authority, and that affects investor confidence across all risk assets, including crypto. The cryptocurrency market has not responded much even amid the legal tension. Bitcoin price has been stable above $91,000. XRP price has not been moving too much either, being slightly above $2. The market is basically waiting to see how this plays out. A favorable outcome could ease trade tensions and improve overall economic sentiment, which typically benefits risk assets like crypto. A negative outcome could create uncertainty and potentially dampen institutional appetite for the short term. XRP is currently holding steady around $2.05 at the time of recording, showing resilience while markets digest this uncertainty. All right, here's the big one. Wednesday, January 15th, 2026 is a massive day for crypto regulation in the United States, and specifically for XRP. The U.S. Senate Committee will meet on January the 15th to hold a markup session for the Digital Asset Market Structure and Clarity Act of 2025, also known as the Clarity Act. Now let me explain what this actually is and why it matters so much. The Clarity Act is designed to answer the question that's defined U.S. crypto regulation for a decade. Which digital assets are regulated like securities by the SEC, and which are regulated like commodities by the CFTC? This has been the core issue behind the Ripple lawsuit and countless other regulatory battles. In July 2025, it passed the U.S. House of Representatives with a bipartisan vote of 294 to 134. That's a strong margin. But the Senate hasn't passed it yet. Wednesday's vote isn't the final vote. It's what's called a markup session in the Senate Banking Committee. If it passes committee on Wednesday, then it goes to a full Senate vote, then back to the House for final approval, and then to the President's desk. This means the Clarity Act could be signed into law by March 2026. So why does this matter for XRP specifically? The bill seeks to clarify regulatory oversight and the CFTC's role, as well as to curb wash trading and improve reserve transparency. Reduced compliance uncertainty could encourage institutional participation, boosting liquidity and demand. Think about it. XRP just spent years fighting the SEC over whether it's a security or not. That lawsuit is now resolved, but broader regulatory clarity would make institutional adoption so much easier. Banks, payment processors, asset managers, they all want clear rules before they commit serious capital. Some pretty bold claims are being made about this bill. Supporters estimate that clearer rules could cut market manipulation by 70% to 80%, making price action more stable and predictable. Now, I want to be clear about what Wednesday actually is. This is a committee vote, not the final passage. It's a procedural step, but it's an important one because it shows momentum and political will. What happens if it passes the committee on Wednesday? Markets would likely see it as bullish, not just for XRP, but for the entire crypto sector. It signals that comprehensive crypto regulation is actually moving forward in the United States. What happens if it fails? Short-term, markets could take a hit. With the 2026 U.S. midterm elections approaching, a failed vote could delay another attempt for months or even years. Looking at the market right now, XRP is trading between $2 and $2.10, reflecting cautious market sentiment ahead of the January 15th Clarity Act vote. We're basically in wait-and-see mode. Interestingly, despite this uncertainty, XRP spot ETFs recorded a significant net inflow of $4.92 million on January 9th. The net inflow corresponds to approximately 2.3 million XRP added to spot exchange-traded funds. So institutional money is still flowing in even ahead of this vote, which suggests confidence in a positive outcome. My take on this: Wednesday is important, but it's not make or break for XRP specifically. XRP already has regulatory clarity from the court ruling that it's not a security when sold on exchanges. But broader industry-wide clarity would absolutely accelerate institutional adoption across the board, which is bullish for the entire space, including XRP. I'm cautiously optimistic about Wednesday's vote. The House passed it with strong bipartisan support, and the Trump administration has signaled it's crypto-friendly. But we'll see what actually happens in committee. So what's my overall take on the last 24 hours? XRP is consolidating above $2 while markets wait for two major events: the Supreme Court ruling tomorrow and the Clarity Act committee vote on Wednesday. That's fine. Consolidation after a strong move is healthy, and this wait-and-see mode makes sense given what's on the calendar. The Clarity Act vote on Wednesday is the bigger catalyst, in my opinion. If it passes committee with strong bipartisan support, that's a clear signal that comprehensive U.S. crypto regulation is moving forward. That would be bullish not just for XRP, but for the entire crypto market. The divergence between institutional activity and on-chain usage is something to monitor, but I don't see it as a major red flag. Institutional adoption drives price, and that's what we're seeing. ETF inflows continue despite market uncertainty, which shows confidence. Short term, we're likely to see continued consolidation in this $2 range until we get clarity on these regulatory developments. Markets don't like uncertainty, so price action is probably going to stay choppy until we know the outcome of Wednesday's vote. But here's the important part: the setup remains fundamentally bullish. Whether the Clarity Act passes committee on Wednesday or takes longer, the direction is clear. The U.S. is moving toward regulatory clarity for crypto. That's what institutional money has been waiting for. Add to that the ongoing ETF inflows, the tightening supply on exchanges, Ripple's UK license, the protocol upgrades coming to XRPL, and the partnerships Ripple continues to announce. The fundamental story keeps getting stronger. Long-term, I remain very bullish on XRP. Short-term, we're in a consolidation phase while these catalysts play out. That's it for today's update. Supreme Court ruling tomorrow, massive Clarity Act committee vote on Wednesday that could reshape U.S. crypto regulation, and XRP holding steady above $2 while institutional demand continues. What do you think about the Clarity Act vote on Wednesday? Are you optimistic it'll pass committee? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this was helpful, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for daily XRP updates with no BS. I'm Cara, and I'll see you in the next one.